Now back to Jackie.
Thank you, Monsignor. Young Catholic Professionals is a nonprofit with a mission to challenge, train, and encourage young adults working in various professions to work in witness for Christ. And joining us now is the Director of Evangelization for YCP North Jersey, Matt Pana. Matt, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit more about your organization.
Yeah, so YCP's big mission is working in witness for Christ. That's working in witness for Christ, which is basically making modern day saints, right? So I'm a young adult. Most young adults are trying to find themselves in their careers, 20s and 30s. So having that guidance, that community that's nationwide. So we have nearly 50 chapters in every major city across the country. You name it, LA, New York, Philly, Boston. We're everywhere. So we're literally the universal church for the young adult community in North America.
I love it. And talk about how important it was to start something like this and it be, for the younger generation so they find like-minded, like faith, based friends and professionals together. And what that really then does transform into, in the workplace, out socially and everything else.
I think you nailed it. I think transformation is key for us as young adults here. So whether you're, a legal professional, you work in politics, you work in accounting, even if you work, as a plumber or say any kind of job, it's not white collar or blue collar when it comes to YCP. So I think the biggest thing for me has been the Belong and Belong Plus memberships. So we have like a monthly subscription membership similar to say like a Netflix or a Disney Plus, where you sign up for either Belong or Belong Plus. That gains you access to all events across the country. So say if you live in New York or New Jersey like myself, you can attend an event in Philly or LA for free. There's also a Belong Plus membership, which has I would say a mentorship program, which is the biggest advantage I've had as a young adult, right? So I have my young adult, my professional mentor, he's actually based in Atlanta. And we actually talk once a month over Zoom about career goals, life goals, faith goals, and having that one person that's been through it, that wisdom is so key and so crucial for me in my profession now as a mid-level manager now. It's super, super useful, super fruitful, and I hope everyone can experience that as well.
Oh, I love that. And, I know that I was looking on your website and you have an event in New York City coming up. I think it's this week. Talk about, your events in general, what, the goal is when people go there and what they'll learn.
Yeah, so the biggest goal for our events, whether they be YCP, New Jersey, New York, any of our chapters across the country, is to really engage the young adult population, and most specifically the nuns, the NONES, right? The Catholics that maybe are lapsed Catholics that maybe fell away from the faith, or even friends of yours that are interested in the Catholic faith, to really bring them into an environment that's a little more, I would say, more modern, more accessible, more digestible. So usually our events are hosted in, say, maybe a brewery or a bar, or maybe more of a professional venue, say in New York City or Northern New Jersey, in Morristown, for example, right? So that's our goal, is to bring them in, show them a more digestible, more comfortable faith format. So normally we have executive speaker series that host a CEO or executive speaker from a major company, along with a chaplain or a religious, to kind of combine that or collaborate both the faith and the career in the workplace for our attendees. Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. And talk about, St. Joseph the Worker and why that's so important to YCP.
Yeah, well, I think in a nutshell, St. Joseph the Worker is our patron, which is fantastic and beautiful. And that's been helpful for me as a Catholic man, as a Christian man, to really engage everything in my own job. So I work in a secular job. I work in the financial sector in Manhattan, right? So oftentimes you find yourself trying to discern what's the most moral Catholic thing to do in a place that's not really Catholic, right? So for me, having my mentor, having my community, having the speakers talk about things like virtues, for example, like prudence and temperance in the workplace is something that you don't really engage with a lot when you're in, say, college or young adult groups in your 20s. So that's one thing I've been able to carry into my own secular career, is how to, showcase that Catholic faith in a very holistic way through the lens of human dignity.
Well, I think you kind of hit it on the head too, because wow, you have your own career in your profession, but then now you're here talking about this and you're a part of this organization, and you can tell that you're so passionate about it. For, young people watching, young professionals in their 20s and 30s, what's your message, to them about getting involved and how this has fulfilled you and how you've seen that this has fulfilled others, and why, they should be a part of this as well?
I think we're all looking for fulfillment, right? As young adults, we're in this kind of formation stage of our lives in adulthood, right? So I would say with YCP, both New Jersey, New York, all our chapters across the nation, our big goal is making modern day saints in the workplace, having our faith as the cornerstone for our career as young adult Catholics, right? So I think our biggest mission is to engage the young adult base, but also the mentorship base too. So YCP in New Jersey and New York, specifically in this area, we are in need of mentors. So C-level executive professionals that can actually guide young adults like myself and many of our attendees. So that's pretty much the goal of how we see things and how we want to engage the user base going forward into 2024.
Matt, tell everybody where they can learn more about young Catholic professionals and follow you guys, go on your website, sign up for the events and everything.
For sure. Yeah. So our website is youngcatholicprofessionals.org. That is youngcatholicprofessionals.org. You can also follow my chapter in New Jersey, YCP North Jersey, on Instagram and all socials, as well as YCP NYC for YCP's New York chapter as well.
Matt, it was such a pleasure having you on. Come back to tell us more about what you guys are up to and more events coming up. Great.
Awesome.
Thank
God
you.
bless.
You too. More CFN Live after these messages.